before the show starts,
Yes.
but let me get the video up and running here.
How long's the video?
It's like 20 minutes long. It's crazy.
Oh, we're black and white.
We're in black and white? Is
We're
this like
in
a special
color.
tone?
Oh, there we go.
Wow.
And there's echo, of course, because I'm... What the fuck? Dance
Alright.
times two.
Whoa, what is this?
What
It's like
is
we're
going on?
pixelated.
We're
Is
in-
he having fun with the
I
camera?
think we're in demo mode right now.
Someone put that camera on demo.
Oh, it's in demo
And it's
mode.
auto zoom. Oh my god. It's going right up my shorts.
Oh, ho, ho.
Wow.
Hey,
Oh, now it's black.
we're in black mode, but we probably have audio
Now it's
still, right?
BET.
Well, hey, we're zooming back in. So we're in demo mode,
We are
camera
in demo
mode.
mode. What
that
the
was
hell
pretty
was
cool.
going on there?
That was a good way to start it. I like that.
Yeah. All right. Well, welcome everyone to an all-new verbal ejaculation.
Verbal
On
ejaculation.
this, the 8th of July, 2012. It's 9:30 p.m. Put the kids to bed because it's gonna get dirty.
It's gonna get racy.
It's gonna get dirty.
It's gonna be one of those episodes.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Tonight with us in place of Matt Connerton, we have Scott Perry from the Siren Agency.
The other white meat.
The other white
Did
meat.
his show make it to #1 automatically? Was that an automatically defaulted #1, or did
Well, when
Matt
it goes to
still
number
not,
3, yes. On IPM
Is
Nation,
that-
number 3 is number 1.
Is that so? Matt just even with his record-breaking debut episode, because Matt even said it was record-breaking, it still
was
doesn't make
record-breaking.
#1.
Yes. But the Siren Agency podcast show, which just debuted the other night, is at number 3 in the top 10. So congratulations.
I would
Scott,
call
on
Matt
that.
Connerton out on
Thank
that
you.
because that I don't think Shadows
I
of the
call
Night.
shenanigan.
Yeah, I don't think Shadows of the Night had that many listeners or downloaders
Yeah.
for their. There's some payola going on. I
There's
think.
some favors.
Matt in the chat room says, now that was an interesting intro. Yes, it was.
And I
Yes,
just want to point
it
out
was.
tonight is brought to you by the '70s. I'm drinking a tab.
I'm drinking Canada Dry.
1980s
In
maybe.
honor of Canada Day, or did that already pass?
That already passed. That was when our producer extraordinaire left.
Yeah.
So, all right, I'm gonna set up.
So
I'm gonna set up
anyway,
our opening video.
We've got an opening video tonight.
It's about 25 minutes long, so half the show will be an opening video.
Thank you all for tuning into
Yeah.
the number 5 show on IPMNation.com.
It's because of that damn podcast that took us off the.
Oh, we're gonna have to shut the studio lights off because there's a glare,
there a glare on the,
your computer. Glenn the engineer, Glenn R.J. Willett, everybody. Glenn R.J. Willett. You probably just saw a glimpse of his silvery shirt, his shimmering shirt.
All right, where the hell is my mouse going? There it is. Whenever Glenn gets zoomed in on the. Are you ready? Here is our opening video in celebration of 4th of July on July 8th.
Enjoy.
Oh, it's always like bootleg quality when we do it that
Yeah.
way.
Happy 4th of July. You're zoomed in a little too far there.
Too far? Is that it? No, there's no. like one big giant.
That's what everyone can say.
Let's have better fireworks at Lake Rico 9. We have Lake Rico 6. We're not representing Lake Rico 9.
And Grand Rapids celebrating their new title as Beer City USA in a very appropriate fashion later today. I'm Nicole DiDonato, live in Easttown, and those details coming up. Oh my goodness. That's a way to start a Thursday, Nicole. Grand Rapids beat out places like St. Louis, Chicago, even Milwaukee. So yeah, that's the latest we have here in Easttown. Nicole DiDonato, Fox 17 News. Oh my God. Where? I mean, he must be a big fan. That one actually hurts.
Cat lunging on a poor reporter.
That wasn't lunging.
They just
Oh, kitty! Look at the kitty.
Of course, you're on a delay because it's actually.
I know.
Well, I say what we need to do, Andy, is drive on up to Mount Pilot and get us some of them fancy bulletproof vests. These streets ain't safe.
Barney Fife, the only time you got shot is when you dropped your own gun with the safety off.
Holy cow, Andy! What the heck happened here?
Well, I'll be.
I told you, Andy, the Mayberry streets ain't safe.
Poor Otis.
And on the day he was going to get released.
Barney, I'd say the only thing Otis is going to do today is get me buried.
Andy, I took the crime scene photos.
Good job, Barn.
Now just take these down to the Woolworths and we should get them back in about 2 to 3 weeks.
Excellent work, Barn.
Hey, Paul. Aunt Lee told me to bring you some of her apple pie.
Head it on over, Opie.
Jeepers, Paul. What's all that red stuff all over the walls?
You remember Otis?
Well, you mean the town drunk who used to always invite me into the washroom at Goober's filling station?
Yeah, that used to be him. Someone butchered him.
Jeepers, Paul. That's a real-life dead body. I'm so traumatized. I reckon I might just move to Hollywood, lose all my hair, and make movies with no edge.
Now, son, I'll have none of that talk. We've got work to do.
You're right, boss. Hey, here's it. CSI kitchen.
Oh, cool, Paul.
Now, you stay away from this,
All right.
Opie. This is
The
state-of-the-art
camera's
forensic
automatically like
equipment.
zooming out.
Put on your
Okay.
special DNA viewing glasses.
This is quality internet program.
Well, the camera just zoomed out of the video. I guess we're done with the opening video. That's fine. That's fine. That was going on too long anyway.
Yeah,
So
and we lost Ernest Borgnine today.
Ernie Borgnine passed away today.
Yeah.
Good old Ernie Borgnine.
A champion for masturbation. When asked, did you hear that interview? I think it was like LA, Fox LA or something. When asked to explain his longevity, he clearly said in a whisper, masturbating. I masturbate a lot.
Is very healthy.
He masturbated way too many times. But what age was Ernie Borgnine when he passed away?
95.
95. So masturbation goes a long way.
I just masturbated today.
I did
So you're
too.
gonna live to be 95 then.
Awesome. I'll probably live to be like 200.
You know what? The news was coming over when I was making that video tonight that Ernie
I
Borgnine died.
masturbate a lot.
I didn't have any footage of any of the Ernie Borgnine movies to put in there, and we lost the Andy
up
Griffith earlier today, so I'll go
Lights.
flip the lights back on.
Okay. We're a self-sustaining organization here.
You look very.
And
We do.
Glenn will put the camera back in demo mode again, probably in the next 5 minutes. So
Now, I think there's a zoom problem with that camera.
there's a zoom problem. I like that way. It just kind of zoomed off of the CSI Mayberry and came into the show.
Excuse me, folks.
That was a good way to intro the show.
Yeah,
I like that.
that was.
Because we didn't have to go through the whole Mad TV sketch. It was just to give a It would have, but there was the opening credits that says, you know, who we are, and it's verbal ejaculation and all that. But that's fine.
And the chat room says masturbation is what happens when you are single. Please, it happens when you're married as well.
I looked at it really quick. I thought
Ask
it
my
said it
dad.
happens when you sing. I'm like, what?
Yeah, that's what I
It
thought
happens
too.
when you
And
sing.
I was
I'm
sing with
I'm
an
like,
exclamation mark.
wow, it happens when you sing.
So welcome all
To our 4th of July
to our
extravaganza.
4th of July extravaganza. That was a.
Last week we had the flag and all the stars.
We're going bare bones.
That's bare bones.
I'm surprised we actually got the plants out here too.
Wow. Last week was Canada Day. We had all the flag and the stars. Today is our 4th of July episode. We don't represent America. Whatever.
July is gone according to
Whatever.
our control. A
4th of
special
July-
happy
July
birthday
the
to Mama Rose.
Mama Rose.
Mama
today is her
Rose
birthday?
celebrated her birthday yesterday.
Mama
Oh,
Rose?
yesterday. Pat celebrated her
The
birthday.
big PAT.
How, she's probably 48 today.
She is
right?
48
48
years
yesterday.
Isn't
young.
Mama Rose the pizza girl? The girl that makes those pizzas? Or is that Mama Rosa?
Mama Rosa.
Mama
I think.
Rosa.
Mama Rose. She
No,
makes
Mama
other
Rose
things.
is the
She
the
makes
woman that Al
Christopher.
Caprillion raped.
Mama Rose makes Christopher is what she did. She made Christopher on a hot summery night. That's what she made Christopher for.
Christopher. All right, that's disturbing. Sorry. I got this is the show, folks. Me just sitting here on my iPhone.
On your iPhone.
on Grindr.
Texting Mama Rose. Happy belated
Sexting.
birthday.
Yeah, my mother.
Did
I told you
go
my mother's
with-
phone is sold. She still has roaming charges. So
Does she? She using one of those rotary cell phones? Does she have one of those? It's
Yeah.
one of those old-fashioned rotary cell phones.
hello.
It's an old bag phone. It's one of those from the war. She got one of those straps to her back. Christopher, I'm on the mobile phone.
She still dials Winston 67342.
She's calling the operator in Burlington. Hello,
Yeah.
operator. I need to reach Christopher.
Where's Christopher? He's in Manchester.
I need to reach
You
my.
know Christopher.
I
He
need to
hosts that
reach
little
my
show
son.
on Sunday night.
I need to reach my son Christopher in
Oh
the
dear,
Manchester.
I'm not gonna say it. It's verbal E. I can't tell you what the name of the show is.
It's a little offensive.
I need a CBS.
And he's one of those gays, by the way. I don't know if you knew that. Everybody knows that.
They call them Light and the Loafers. That's what they call them. It's one of those homosexuals.
I'm not homophobic, but I don't know. I don't know about his type. We just go blurry for a sec. I'm watching the feed, and I'm waiting for us to go to like.
This is what we do. We all have laptops. We all have smartphones. You know what? Fuck it. Let the show run by
The
itself.
show
That's
should
what
run by itself.
That's what's
And,
gonna happen. We'll let Matt in the chat room take over.
You know, I recently had noticed, and I think maybe we're gonna go 3D in a minute here with this camera, but I did notice they made an official announcement. The final shift got picked up for 3D distribution.
Did it? I didn't even see that.
Sean posted on his Facebook
Wow.
that the final shift is getting 3D distribution. So everybody out there in movie land, I don't know if it's just going on to DVD directly as 3D, but and he's casting for a comedy TV show, I guess, or a web show that he's casting for. He's looking for 3 cast members, but he posted something on there.
Yeah.
Basically saying that they did land a distribution deal officially for 3D. So
Is Scott taking video
I
of
don't know,
a
is he
show
doing-
that
is he
No.
bootlegging verbal ejaculation
you
while
really
he's
don't,
on
yeah,
it?
you really don't want to record this show.
No,
In fact,
gonna-
when
actually,
we're done, I'm just going to delete this from Ustream. It's going to be that type of show tonight.
Actually, to tell you the truth, I was checking out my lens because I noticed a little smudge
Oh.
on it.
You're a little smudge.
I can create a little smudge.
What was he doing with that lens?
Oh, you create a smudge already. I have to wipe my pants off. There we go. Ooh, wow.
Taking some of those
We're
provocative
gonna.
photographs. of
Our
yourself,
job
like,
tonight is to make Dan as uncomfortable around us as possible.
by what?
We should all
wiping
just
the
like
smudge?
sit right next to him.
Take off your pants. Sit on my lap.
I thought we were having a pants optional episode tonight. I thought that was the.
Should always be pants off.
I thought that was the actual. Wasn't that the threat last week? I thought Scott.
I think
was
Matt in the
showing
chat.
up with no-
Matt in the
no
chat room
pants.
should start it
Really?
off. He should take off his pants, and then we should all follow.
Well, I thought he never wore pants while listening to the show ananyway. I thought
Yeah,
that
it's
was-
true. In fact, I don't know why anybody who's in
Oh, is
the
Scott doing
verbal
it?
ejaculation
Is he
land
doing
should
it? Is
be.
he
There we
showing
go.
a thumb?
There we go.
Is he moving?
All right,
the
it's that
audience?
type of
Wow,
show
it's
now.
that type of show.
It is that type of show.
Wow, he is going crazy.
We just went there.
Wow.
We just went there.
Glenn just had a heart attack. Glenn is now passed out. Look, he's leaving. He got so
Yeah,
offended.
he
by
needed
it.
a close up of that.
What now? What are you doing, Glenn?
You're probably gonna see my ass on 3D now.
It's going crazy. Why? Because we just saw like Scott's ass. Is that why?
Here we go. Here we go. Oh man.
I don't. You haven't been watching? Then how do you know the camera's going crazy?
Doing the newspaper.
But how do you know the camera's going crazy if you're not watching the
There's a
show?
screen out
'Cause-
there. I pop once in a while.
I don't know.
Scott
these
was
people.
supposed to be in briefs. He was in briefs.
I wasn't briefs.
Did you not catch that? Do we need
That
the
was- that
instant
was
replay?
briefs. Those were
Can
briefs.
you
I
re- I
don't.
think you can rewind that.
That's,
can't you?
okay, I gotta put this fucking thing down because.
Will you
I'm
stop?
enjoying it.
Stop talking about the grinder.
Yes.
Just,
Let's just say there was a profile on Grindr that closely matched somebody that I know, something that we discussed tonight
yes.
prior to the show. That something I was suspecting, and there was a profile on Grindr that extremely closely matched.
I keep telling you, it's not me.
I know,
Grindr
I-
is a site for.
Grindr is an app that you use for. It's a gay dating site. Or app, and it shows you how close somebody is. So it's a stalker app basically, and I just happen to find a profile on there that's, although it says it's 8 miles away, it's the same age, the same height,
Mhm.
and the profile picture is that of a sports team that I know that he is in love with.
Mhm.
So I don't know. That's
Yeah, it just seems a little wacky.
Mhm.
And
Plus he also
I just happened to look over
I don't know
your
how much I
shoulder.
can
I looked over your shoulder and I saw you were looking at Grindr too, and I also saw that there was somebody that was about 80 feet away that said something about being newspaper mogul,
Yep.
and I was looking at that and I was saying, wait a minute, like, are you checking that one out too? Is somebody not working on the paper or working on the show? Is he doing something else?
I think I found him on Manhunt. Anyway,
Is somebody not focusing on the show and focusing
I'm just saying,
on
2 ends. How often does that happen?
2 ends? That's true.
All right.
That is true. There's not
I'll
that
bring
many.
it back.
Also, like the name Alan with 2 ends, that messages me all the time.
Really?
And
Uh-oh.
Matt in the chat room is making a suggestion about something I should be wearing right now, and I'm not going to spoil that for you to let you know if I am or am not wearing it.
Oh, Scott, if I knew you were thirsty, I would have given you a nice, refreshing tab.
Yes,
This is the-
I'd give you no duels, but it really does not do anything. for
I've
me.
had those
Yeah.
before, and I hate
And
it.
I was at the Element last night, and the bartender, my friend Scotty, they know when I walk in, they're like, duels? And I was like, sure. So he gives me the O'Doul's, and he's like, so does this help you get laid? And I'm like, no, it's quite the opposite. It's like, by the end of the night, everybody else is desperate, but I still have no beer goggles on. So it's like, no, I still have a rational thought in my head.
Now, how come when you went there, when they said, Chris, you want your regular, you want your O'Doul's, you didn't say, no, I want a Buckner's. You didn't get right up.
Fucking buckler.
I want one of them Bucklers non-alcoholic, thank you.
I will take a warm piss, thank you. It was awful.
That's hot.
Apparently, we are the Art Pression Special Panel Project MCAM Studio 2012 Anthony Williams.
What?
I don't know. I updated it tonight,
Wow.
or did it just not refresh?
I don't know. It's
It
because
did.
somebody's
I'm good on
on
mine.
I'm hitting refresh.
somebody's on Manhunter. That's why. That's
I was
what's
I was on Manhunt. No it's
Somebody's on
Manhunt. Manhunt.net.
Oh, it's Manhunt. Is that what it is?
I spend $30 a month on it, so there we go. Got it.
Yeah, mine has always said all new VE.
I must
And
have logged in
all
prior
new.
to me. All new, all fresh.
All fresh. All.
So this is what tonight's show is going to be about, folks. Nothing.
What else happened on the news?
Gay
Well,
sex.
Ernest Borgnine died. Andy Griffith died. Who else died? This show.
This show died.
The show died.
We should think about for maybe the next couple of months doing like a once a month show.
Once a month.
Yeah.
show? There we go.
Peter White show's on hiatus right now. Well, I can't wait.
Well, what were they on hiatus for? Because of the holiday.
Yeah.
I noticed that they
In
were.
fact, they're even in hiatus on the chat room too.
Well, because they were probably busy.
No,
They've been-
no. I'm seeing some Facebook posting out there
Mhm.
quite recently, like within the past 15 minutes.
Oh,
There's
they're
no
actually-
excuse.
Oh, okay.
If Matt in the chat room could be with us tonight, then they could be
No.
with us tonight.
They're not hobnobbing with anybody.
Oh, computers are supposed to die because of a virus at midnight. Yeah, but it's only like 400,000 to 500,000 computers that.
Oh, I heard something about that. Is this the anonymous or whatever the
Yeah,
group
whatever.
is or whatever they call themselves?
The one from
ones that-
Nigeria.
the
The
ones
ones
that-
I keep sending Glenn links.
The ones that wear the V for Vendetta mask there. Those people that keep
Yeah.
showing all the different. They keep going on and making their whole like we're gonna do this, we're gonna
I
do
should
that.
probably get all of my porn onto a DVD quickly then, if my
You know,
computer's
it-
about to
Wait,
die.
wait a minute. Your
All
computers
your-
are gonna die now?
They're saying
It's
that
only
there was
ones
gonna
that have
be-
not been protected If you have
Protected
like
from
Norton or Symantec.
Like anybody that doesn't have any type of antivirus, right? They were going to send like, but even we're going back to demo mode. I see we're kind of zooming out again. Well, let's see what it does. Let's just leave it alone. See what it does. It might
keep
bring the
picking this
show
thing
better
up.
ratings.
Stop it, Chris. Stop that.
But the no, but this virus that's supposed to attack all the computers. Don't you think that these hackers are smart enough hackers that they would be able to attack us that have Norton and all these other like McAfee? Don't you think they would be able to like get beyond those firewalls? They're supposed to be able, like these guys, these anonymous, or what do they call themselves? It's not anonymous. What is the name of this group?
I don't remember what the name of the group is.
They have some other weird name, but this group that's supposed to be the ones that can actually get into the government system. They're the ones that have been able to shut down. Like they were the ones that were supposed to be able to like hack into all these other like major accounts. If they're able to do, like if they can go into the FBI and the CIA and all these other like major, why couldn't they go in and just wipe out Norton? Norton's not that great of an antivirus. I still get viruses through my Norton, and I have the best Norton there is, and I still have to go and I have the Norton that I have to still go to Norton's website and get this other antivirus to wipe out the viruses that are on my computer, which makes no sense to me because my regular Norton doesn't pick up this virus all the time. My computer crashes like a lot of times, and it gives me this, oh, we've done the scan. If you don't think we did a good enough scan, go ahead and click this link. So I click the link, and it brings me to Norton. It says, oh, here's the power eraser from Norton. It's free. It's part of your paid subscription to Norton. Click it. I click the power eraser. Hey, we found this embedded virus in your computer. That's why you're crashing. So I'm like, shouldn't it have found it on the first scan? Don't you think it should have found it on the regular Norton? So you would think that these idiots that wear these masks would be smart enough to send out a virus.
Malware bytes is what we have at work.
That thing. That thing.
When we couldn't afford Norton for our office, we had malware bytes. What the fuck is that?
Oh, I like that. That's kind of like the Friends opening.
It's Chris's legs. Welcome to Chris's legs.
Looking at Chris's crotch right now.
They're smooth as silk.
Oh, look at that now. Ooh, hey. It's a laugh track time. Da, 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 da. Ooh, hey, even better. Wow.
Oh, no, never mind.
That is awesome.
For those of you just tuning
in,
and if this is your first episode of Verbal Ejaculation, welcome.
This is verbal ejaculation on crack. I like it.
We're sorry. I'm terribly sorry for.
It's like for anybody that wants to give money to a new camera.
Yes.
You know, we'll take donations.
$600 according to the QCE news package that
$600 for a camera? What?
That's a borrowed camera.
You can get one of them flip videos for $29.99.
You can't put a flip video live on TV.
You can put a flip video live on TV. It has a USB you can put live on TV.
I have a camcorder from 1988 that we used one night.
Have much quality. The lens aren't
No, it's not gonna have great quality. What the?
No, but any modern camera out, I can plug this in now and get better quality. An iPhone, you can.
We
do a
all
TV
plug in
show.
all of our phones, and we'll have 3 cameras.
I have This is an HD video recorder with an 8 meg. This will do a better job at plugging into anything as I throw the camera lens on the table. Let me scratch my camera lens.
We got a couple of guests out there today too in the chat room. So if you haven't logged in, please go ahead and log in tonight. We'd love to have you join Matt in the chat room. He's kind of lonely out there right now.
He's a little lonely guy out there. He's talking about
lonely.
malware bytes or what is it? House call Charmurica? What the hell is that? Some Puerto Rican type of virus?
Matt, if you know, I just looked online. I couldn't find the group, but if you know the name of the group that infected everybody with this virus, it says it. I found a news story at 12:01 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. The FBI planned to shut down the internet servers set up as a temporary safety net to keep, infected computers online for the past 8 months. All right, so does that mean all internet servers are going down? And then there's a second story about slap the shit out of him. Wayne Brady calls out Bill Maher for racial comments.
What?
Wayne Brady?
I want to talk about racism.
The whitest black guy I know?
I want to talk about racism because there was a lot of controversy on the 4th of July by some African Americans in the entertainment industry.
We lost a guest. We lost a guest. Sorry.
There was probably an African American guest because I was going to talk about racism. There was Chris Rock had tweeted on 4th of July, Happy White Independence Day, I guess the slaves had a great time watching the fireworks, or they enjoyed the fireworks or something. And a lot of people got offended by that.
It's Chris Rock.
Because and a lot of people took it very seriously, like he's being racist because he's an anti, and other people were kind of getting on the bandwagon of, and there was a lot of speeches, a lot of hate speak on 4th of July from a lot of people in the African American community going, well, it is a white holiday because in 1776 the whites still owned black slaves
For quite a while.
so
Up until about 1865, is that
and-
when President Lincoln
yes,
signed the Emancipation
so they were going
Proclamation?
on and on about how we should not
My date
be,
may be wrong around that.
we should not be celebrating 4th of July because of the fact that blacks were still owned by whites. 4th of July should not be a holiday celebrated because there was slavery still in this country.
Well, is this Chris Rock saying it?
No,
Or
Chris Rock tweeted
outrage?
that.
Okay.
And everybody got all outraged by Chris Rock. Now, Chris Rock was trying to be funny.
Yes.
And maybe there was a little bit of...
It's true.
Yes, but maybe there was a little bit of black rage there, a little bit.
Or
And somebody,
blage, as they like to call it.
somebody sent like a response to his tweet. Did your what was it? Did your Cambodian house maid and your Cambodian like all your because all your
staff
staff because he's known to have staff from another
Oh, yeah.
country that are all illegals basically, or all people that are over here working, and that they basically said, did they laugh at this joke because they were kind of attacking him. But somebody else brought up a good point though, because everybody always accuses Republicans as all being racist. And
You're
going on about the Republicans and the conservatives being racist. Did you know that the Republican Party was actually started by African Americans in Texas?
I believe the Republican Party wasn't nearly as conservative as it was when it was first created.
Do you know why the Republican Party was started by African Americans? It was started
Watermelon?
to get rid of the Ku Klux Klan.
Oh, okay.
Because the
I was
Ku
going with
Klux
watermelon.
Klan, the Ku Klux Klan was all Democrats, and they started a party to get rid of the Ku Klux Klan. And the thing that I think is funny, this whole controversy that was going on, people were going on about this whole, well, all Republicans are racist, you're all racist, and they're talking about the liberal Hollywood. And liberal Hollywood out there is going on and on and on, attacking conservatives and attacking, well, you're celebrating 4th of July and it's a slave holiday and blah, 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 blah. But they didn't point out the fact that the Republican Party was started by African Americans to get rid of and when Lincoln
Wasn't Lincoln a Republican?
Lincoln was a Republican. When he tried to free the slaves, 100% Republicans voted to free the slaves. It was 15% Democrat.
Yeah.
Voted to free because they were
No,
mostly
it was
but they don't. But the thing is today's standards, like they still they sit there and say it was the Republicans that were slave owners. It was the Republicans that didn't want to have slavery, abolished. And they still say to this day, but the numbers are out there.
Yeah.
Anybody with a computer can look it up. And it was just funny because they were making this big stink about we shouldn't. And some woman came on TV going, we should not be celebrating 4th of July because it's a racist holiday. And it's like,
well,
really?
I'm going to agree with you that it's not all racists, or not all Republicans are racists. And that not all
It's just the ones
racists
that
are
are on TV,
Republicans.
basically.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're Democratic racist. I'm positive they're Democratic racist. The only
Yeah.
thing is Democrats tend to be a little smarter, but at the same time, Democrats also tend to be a little wimps, so they don't want to say anything that might
No.
offend. But I think it's clear that ever since we've elected a black president, that racism has become somewhat rampant within both the House and the Senate, as well as other state elected officials, governors, Jan Brewer for one. They're just making it a lot more open than they have, under the guise of, well, he's a terrible president. No, he isn't. He isn't that bad of a president. Is he the best president? No, he's not. What is going on? What is...
Okay.
Did
There's gotta
the
be a
camera
way.
get infected by this virus?
Is the virus attacking electronics first, and then it's going after the computers? Is that how the virus
For some
is going to
reason, it
work?
wants to
This
look
is
up
this is
Chris's
going to be a
legs.
short show, by the way. This is going to be, yeah. Well, that's because Glenn uses my legs for white balance.
Is that what happens?
It's true. They're so white. I have to keep the legs crossed because my shorts have a tendency of opening up.
Showing a
and
little,
people can see.
showing a
Like
little.
there's
bit too
plenty
much.
of pictures where little Chris comes out.
But that's how we get
Ironically,
ratings.
when I was at the Wax Museum in Las Vegas, they had the wax figurine of Hugh Hefner lying on the bed, the heart-shaped bed, and I took a picture with him, and you can see my nutsack hanging out.
Well,
Much better place to have my nutsack hang out than.
so
right
you could
next to
claim
Hugh
that
Hefner.
you were next to Hugh Hefner at the Playboy Ranch, and you know you were
Yeah.
basically there with him showing
Matt,
you
I appreciate you giving us the information, but Ustream censors right now any sort of web link, so you're just gonna have to spell that
Go
out.
to blank blank to see if your
Go
computer
to
is
censored
infected.
censor. Go to gaytube.com. Gaytube.com. If that's not up and running, go to xtube.com.
So if I go to GayTube, I'll find out if my computer's been
Yep.
hacked.
Somebody
Oh,
told me
alright.
once that that XTube was just for strictly all these big-breasted women that wanted to have sex with single men.
No.
And, I was just
Maybe
like-
that's how it started.
I went on XTube and I was just like, this is not what it is at
Well,
all.
even the website DNS/OKUS sounds like it's a virus site.
What did he give? He gave the actual. Site.
Yeah. DNS-OK.us.
DNS.
That sounds fake to me.
OKUS.
That sounds fake. I don't believe it.
DNSOK.us. Is that what it is? That's what it is. It's a dash US.
That's what I'm thinking.
DNS-OKUS, or is he trying to? It's kind of because you can't like. And why does Ustream censor web addresses? Do they not want you to be able to like?
As the chat master, which I think is QC News, we can turn that on.
Oh, is somebody trying to censor the news? Is that what's happening on the
How never. Nobody ever censors the news. So I mean, well,
DNSOK.us?
Clearly we're going into a really serious discussion because the camera decided it did not want to
Yes.
have us going into.
All right, this is what I got. I went to DNS Changer Checkup, if that's what it's saying. DNS resolution green. Your computer appears to be looking up IP addresses correctly. Had your computer been infected with DNS Changer malware, you would have seen a red background. Please note, however, that your ISP is redirecting DNS traffic for its customers, you would have reached this site even though you are infected. So it doesn't really help me then if my computer is redirecting. So then it tells you to go to the FBI's website about malware. So I did pull up a green screen. So again,
I'm not going to. No,
I
with
don't
my
know.
internet history, I'm not going to the FBI website. Thank you.
but I don't know if that's even. Did we
But
just?
then again, they already know.
But by us just doing that, did we
Wow.
just download the virus? Is what
Yes,
I
you
want to
did.
know.
Yes, you
Did
did.
I just get the virus in my system? That's what I want to know. Is Matt working for the man? Is he working for Anonymous? Did we find
I
that
don't
out?
know. Although I'm still waiting for Matt to take off his pants.
I think he did.
I did it. I mean,
I know.
You know,
Well, before.
like
Dan
you would
and I
think he
do
would
it.
Skype with you. He would go on Skype right now, show
Oh,
us that he's not wearing his
I
pants.
haven't put on Skype
Oh,
for
he
the show
hasn't
in a
been on
long
Skype
time.
for a long time. He'll go on. He'll
We
go
should
on
do
somebody's
chat
Skype.
roulette. We should just do chat roulette.
Chat roulette.
Yeah. That's the
Speaking
thing,
of
right?
chat,
This is 3 years ago, isn't it?
Chat roulette.
After we saw Collective Soul last week when it was 1994.
Yes.
speaking of chat,
And Saturday, heard 3 Collective Soul songs on the radio.
See, they're getting and
Went to a barbecue today.
and was there collective
Shine
soul?
was on.
Oh,
I was
there
like,
you go.
okay. Sorry.
no, I was
Speaking
gonna
of
say
chat.
I want to give a shout out to my friend Rebecca.
You can't do that.
Hi, Rebecca. Is it
You
Rebecca
can't.
the guest
She's
in the
not
chat room?
listening. She's not in tonight. She's not watching the show. So how
She
can
said she's on.
No,
She
no,
said she's
no.
on.
Matt says he will take his off if I take off mine. Nope, that wasn't the deal. Deal was you take yours off.
Well, if she's on, is she a guest? Is that what she's doing?
We're the
She
hosts.
said
You
she's
see,
on a
we-
tablet with it.
She's on a tab.
Yeah.
Tablet.
Oh, all right.
Tab-
Oh, excellent. Yeah.
So
I mean,
shout out.
see that
Oh,
we got to suggest
alright.
that to Matt Connerton is that he's got to do the IPM Nation app.
I have an app.
Yeah, there's got to be an app for that.
Yeah, but can this site really handle an app? Can there be an app? That's Does he want to spend the money on doing an app?
It should be, and it should be an app that says locate Chris, locate Dan, so that they can find out where we are and where we live.
Oh, so you can have like a
Look him
have the app
outside.
where you could actually you can go into the personality. So if you wanted to see where Norm was,
Yeah.
you would click on Norm and you just basically just see him crying in his living room. Because he.
Poor Norm.
Poor Norm. Well, I didn't want to attack Glenn. I get comments and I'm
Yeah, I
always
know.
attacking Glenn.
Glenn does spend
You
enough
know,
time crying in his living room.
I just Glenn's an easy target, and he's the one that keeps messing up the cameras and stuff. So I'm gonna look at the camera. I'm just gonna look. I'm gonna see why it's doing this.
It's on a mode that it shouldn't be on, and we don't know how to.
I'm gonna see
It's on
why
a new mode. Oh, we got a second guest coming back in. Hello, second guest. Why don't you guys log into the chat room? Matt's lonely out there. We're waiting for him to take his pants off. This is an amazing program tonight, folks. An amazing program. This is what happens when Scott Perry from the Siren Agency at thesirenagency.com guest hosts with us.
I took my pants off earlier.
He did. In fact, I'm going to have to watch that replay over and over and over again with a lot of tissues.
Nice.
Yeah.
I was actually gonna come in here with
Is that
Just-
COME come in here?
CUM.
Oh, okay.
CUM. I was
Got
gonna
it.
come in here with just shorts, no underwear, and if whoever can spot my Johnson first wins the prize.
Again, that's why I'm keeping my legs closed. The plant is not conveniently placed in front of my crotch like it usually is. So
What are you talking about?
plant. The plant is.
that
Tables
plant
usually
named
move a
Robert.
little bit.
All right, we're gonna see if this happens again. We put it in the TV 60 mode because he stole the camera.
Yes. Borrowed.
I'm sorry, borrowed.
Borrowed the
Borrowed
camera.
Borrowed the camera. from the
Oh
station.
goodness.
Well, next time he borrows a camera, maybe we should take.
So
a
we
real
could be
camera.
infected by the virus, but
We could
because
be.
we both got the green screen in the back.
But I'm just wondering, by going to that site, did we put
Yes.
the virus? So what did
It's either that or-
Wayne Brady do? Because we were saying, so what did?
I'm just.
Because I was interested in that. Because
Anderson Cooper's gay. Did we already announce that?
that we said
Yeah.
that on last
Okay.
week because we were kind of instigating that maybe that's why Tom Cruise is getting divorced.
Yeah.
Okay. So Bill Maher said what? That was racist.
Bill Maher's tortured attempts at being funny have long since stopped being a source of entertainment for us at the Blaze. What the fuck is the Blaze? Is that a left wing or
Is that
right
like
wing?
the Blaze.
Or is it 420 already? Wow.
The Blaze.
And have developed to objects of pity. Still, Maher, who infamously has thrown every accusation of bigotry he can at the GOP,
Yeah.
we're just talking about that, while simultaneously calling harmless daughters of politicians he disagrees with cunts, has to be given some credit for retaining his show while simultaneously behaving like Keith Olbermann without filters. It can't be easy maintaining such low-level quality while still retaining your own show. While I disagree with the Blaze on this, I still think that Bill Maher is actually quite amusing. Nevertheless, Maher has gone so far over the line recently that he's begun catching flack from his own side. We can't say we're surprised by this, being the less funny, less incisive pay-per-view equivalent of Jon Stewart should have its problems. All right. One of Maher's complaints about President Obama is apparently he's not aggressive enough as president. Fair enough, that's a common complaint among liberals. However, Maher phrases this complaint in a, to put it charitably, risque way, specifically by complaining that Obama doesn't act like a stereotypical scary black man, instead acting more like a Wayne Brady figure.
So that's what it was.
Yeah.
So he basically,
Really?
because he calls Wayne Brady white.
And then these people at the Blaze show this fake outrage of racism.
Well, are they saying that there's racism or that Wayne Brady's mad because they're comparing? Did Wayne Brady even come out saying he was upset, or are they just saying?
I don't know. I think they're just picking a fight.
Oh, there's actually footage of there's a recording footage of Wayne. Did they call Wayne Brady up and he wakes up and he's like, "Listen, I'm late for my shift at Denny's. I gotta get ready. What is your thing?" And they probably said, "How do you feel that they probably said to him, Bill Maher called you white," and then he probably got offended. I bet you if you play the tape, that's what he says. The Blaze, by the way,
I don't know,
is
one
a
of the quotes
conservative
that-
news and opinion website owned by American media personality and former Fox News host Glenn Beck and his Mercury Radio Arts.
Oh, yes,
So-
because we can all trust everything a man named Glenn says.
But this is Glenn with two N's too.
Yep.
Ooh, so
That
that's a
double
Glenn.
N.
So it's those double N Glens.
Yep.
So any Glenn that has two N's, you know if they're a newsman, it is credible news. That is what I've always been told. So that's what I've always been told. So we know that the Blaze is a reputable website. And their slogan is "The truth has no agenda." That is their slogan.
Really?
That is their slogan. The
Fair
truth has
and
no
balanced?
agenda.
You'd like that one too?
Now, for some reason, my Norton, when I went to the Blaze, came up with the whole thing saying that they were trying to give me a pop-up. So I don't know what that is. They want me to sign up for the QCE newsletter. What is
QCE
this?
newsletter. What is that?
What, you have an affiliation with the Blaze, Glenn? Wow.
I hope the fact that my computer does not get ruined at midnight tonight because
Yeah, but see,
you
you
got
and an
so much porn to watch.
yeah, I have a lot of porn to watch. I watch so much porn every day. You know, it'd be devastating for my computer all of a sudden to crash. But you're right, Dan. I have an Apple, so it should.
So
be
you
well
probably
protected.
won't, because people cares about attacking apples because
No.
people like the apples. Most of the viruses, like, has Apple ever had a virus in the history of Apple? Because Apple, I
I've
don't
been
think they
told by
ever
the
released
lady that sold me it that they do get viruses.
They do.
They do, but it's very hard to get one.
Because a dear old friend of mine who was his whole job in life was a computer programmer and everything, and he's like a genius when it comes to computers. He's not an Apple fan. He was never a supporter of Apple, but he always said to me that the big thing about an Apple and a PC was that most programmers out there hate the Microsoft, hate like everything that has to do with PC technology, so most of your hackers are going to try to do some type of damage, so that's why a lot of the viruses are more
I also heard a
PC-based.
study that on average Apple users tend to be, I don't know how they did this study, but they tend to be smarter than Microsoft users. Oh no, not smarter, I'm sorry. Possibly there's a ratio of smart in there too, but richer as well, or in better fields of occupation.
Mhm.
And what happens is when you go to sites like Orbitz or Travelocity, it recognizes if you're a PC user or a Apple user, and what will happen is if you're looking for a hotel, you may get different results if you're a PC user than if you're an Apple user.
Really?
They may show hotels that are $20 or $30 more expensive because Apple users can afford it.
I don't mean to brag or anything, but like Apple's it's like probably the best laptop I've ever owned. It has so many accessories to it,
Yep.
so many programs. It can handle so much megabytes, and it can do so much things. You can do pretty much all your business and your whole life in just
In Scott's case, it's a lot of the musicians and the SirenAgency.com and porn.
yeah, exactly.
Here's what is it possible for an Apple Macintosh computer to get a virus? So the short answer to the question is yes. However, the
This is a
likelihood
funky kind
of
of.
an
And it's
Apple-
Dan again. Dan
it's-
mirrored.
Ooh, look at that. Ooh, it's two of me, and now I'm like,
And now we're pixelated.
now I'm an old Nintendo video game. Wow.
All right.
But but however, the likelihood of an Apple Macintosh user getting a virus when compared to a Microsoft Windows user is very little to none. In fact, many of the Apple Macintosh users don't even run an antivirus protection program. Do you have protection on your computer in any way?
I haven't used it at all.
Okay. Below are some of the reasons why Apple Macintosh computers do not have as many viruses as Microsoft Windows. Newer Macintosh operating systems such as the Mac OS X or whatever they get, 10, OS 10 or OS X, is built on the Unix kernel, which is one of the oldest and most secure operating systems available. Microsoft Windows is used by a lot more people than Apple Mac OS. Because more people use Microsoft Windows, it is a much better target. So that makes more sense because you have more people using something, so with more use, you're going to be more apt to get viruses. Most of the computer virus writers are more familiar with the IBM platform and Microsoft Windows, which means it's easier for them to create a virus for that platform. That makes sense as well because there's more people that are more familiar with IBM. Many of the tools and scripts used to help create viruses or other malware are designed for Microsoft Windows. So that's what this this site is telling us here is the reasoning for it. So it basically, yeah. So for people tonight at midnight, if you have a Mac, maybe you'll get attacked, maybe you won't. But I'm just wondering if companies that are providing internet service, is somebody like Comcast, do you think they're going to shut down at midnight? Like, are they even going to shut down? Like, are you going to be able to watch True Blood at midnight when you watch the replay that you watch since you don't record it? Are you going to be able to see that piece of shit show at midnight? Are they going to shut down, like, are they going to shut down their TV servers too, thinking, oh my God.
What shit show?
You know, True Blood. You know, like, that's what's like.
Oh, yeah, you're not enjoying this. You're not enjoying the season, are you?
You know, is Comcast
the fact that
going
Tara
to be...
still lives, you racist
Is
bastard.
Comcast... No, it has nothing to do with racism. It has something to do with bad acting and bad character
I
writing.
watched one
and
episode of True Blood. I'm not a fan.
Are you
Definitely not
are you a fan of vampirism and
Alright.
like
I love
movies
it.
and shows about vampires
Well,
in general?
not shows, but I will admit
I'm just
this.
gonna scratch your eyes though.
I
'cause
will
they're gay
admit this
vampires.
openly. I am interested
Gay.
in the Twilight Saga.
Oh, well,
So,
okay. So he just outed himself.
He officially either
Yeah.
you're a 12-year-old gothic schoolgirl
Or you're a man
you're
who
a gay
likes
man.
to suck penis.
I don't know.
You
I,
like a nice hard penis in your mouth. It's
I
fine.
find him interesting. I mean, the storyline is great, and I think
Really? Are you talking about the movies or the books?
I don't read the books. I'm just talking about movies.
Really?
Shit.
So, are you Team Jacob or are you Team Edward?
Team Edward. No.
Really?
Jacob.
Team Edward.
Are you Team Edward?
I'm Team Edward.
Somebody posted something on Facebook. It was two actresses, some blonde actress, and then what the fuck her name is, Kristen Stewart.
Yes.
And like the actress has all these pictures of like happy, sad, emotional, angry.
From the blonde actress, like those all these.
The blonde actress, and she had
Yeah.
all these poses, and then
Yeah.
Kristen Stewart. It's the same
picture, yeah.
fucking picture.
Rebecca
over
says
and
she's
over.
Team Jacob.
Team Jacob.
Team. All right.
Team Jacob. Huh?
I'm sorry for sitting on his lap. By the way, no,
Also,
I'm,
want to say hello
I'm
to
not-
Tori as well.
I would like to say. you
I'm
know,
not sorry for sitting on Scott's lap.
Talking about the Twilight series,
It went up about 3 inches when I did.
horrible for vampirism because it takes vampirism and it glamorizes it to little girls and says, "Oh yeah, vampires are cool because they sparkle." They're so.
Vampires
pretty
don't
and bright."
sparkle.
You know, you put them in the sunlight, they die. Okay, they burn up and die. Team Jacob, by the way, but you know, because Jacob is the one that's pining away, but then he falls in love with a little girl. Did I just ruin the whole movie series for somebody that hasn't seen the
Wasn't
end?
there
I'm
some-
sorry, Scott, if
sorry,
you haven't seen the last
doesn't
movie.
Edward
yet.
I saw the last one.
Doesn't Edward
Okay.
eat the
The
unborn
last
baby
movie's
at
not
some
out
point
till
too?
the end. Oh yeah, but they don't. I don't think they show that in the movie
Oh,
series.
of course not.
No, they're not going to show that. But the
Not in Hollywood.
no, not Hollywood. But the but
Not unless it was like a Lionsgate film.
but
or
such
something.
a like and don't get me started about this 50 Shades of Grey bullshit that's out
50
there
Shades
now,
of Gay?
or whatever that is, because that was some idiot that wrote fan fiction based on Twilight. So she's ripping off a book series as it is. She writes erotic fiction based on Bella and Edward and Jacob. She changes the names.
There's a hole in the front and a hole in the back.
makes them
One for
makes
each.
them not like vampires and werewolves, and now she's got a hit like series because these women are out buying it up like it's different, like it's not the same series of books. It's like, oh, this is hot stuff. Oh, this mommy porn that's out there. This 50
Oh,
Shades
Matt
of
says
Grey.
he does not, honestly does not watch or read Twilight.
Good, that's good. I've never read the books.
Never
I
read the
was, you know,
books.
I've seen the
Rebecca-
movies.
Rebecca
but-
bought 50 Shades.
Of course, because you know, most women nowadays run out and they buy the 50 Shades series because it's the hot thing, and probably Oprah.
There's
told
more
them,
than
you know,
one.
right? Oh yeah, there's a whole because she followed the Twilight thing. This is a Twilight fan that wrote a sexy fan. What do they call the sexy fan fiction? There's a
Erotica?
word. No, it's not erotica. There's a word for it. When you take characters from sci-fi or horror and you make like
Plagiarism?
but they do it with Doctor Who. They do it with like other like there's gay fan fiction of Doctor Who, and there's like all this like they make
Porn.
these, but there's a word for it, and I can't think of the name of it now. But there's like a word for the actual when you take fan fiction and you make it erotica from characters that are already established. And this woman did this on a
Fanfiction
fan site.
erotica.
It's like but there's an actual like term for it, and she did this for Eclipse or not Eclipse, but the Twilight. But she did it based on the
Is
characters.
it like Twilight Eclipse?
Eclipse, yeah. And somebody said to her, "You're a great writer. You should publish this as a regular book." And it's like, and it's one of those things where it's like, oh, I should. So she went out and changed the names, and it's the same story, but it's just sexy. It's a sexy version of Twilight. Basically.
You're a sexy version of
So-
Twilight, Dan.
So I
Don't
was
let anyone
thinking,
tell you differently.
I'm thinking, and strike me down dead right now.
I will.
How about if we take the Bible and rewrite that and make it sexy? Why don't we do that? Wouldn't that be sexy? Let's take the Bible.
They have.
Something that's established.
Well, they took out the
How about War and
big portion
Peace?
of Mary Magdalene.
let's,
So.
take War and Peace or something like that. Let's take an established old book, like just an old book that's been out there for years, and just make it erotic. Let's take, I don't know. Let's take the first issue of QCE News and make that erotic and put that out there. Maybe that'll be a bestseller, and we'll sell it. We'll make Oprah promote it, and we'll make millions. And then VE will never have to be again. That's what I think we should do. And we can have YouTube be the main character.
You lost me. We never have to do this again.
No, we never have to do this again. if we make QC News sexy. The first issue, QC News. Every single news story will be you and Scott having gay sex in every story of it. And we'll put it out there on the market.
Well, it won't have to be a story.
We'll put it on the market. And you know, with the
Trying to make Matt in the chat room jealous.
with the gay agenda that's happening right now in Hollywood.
There is no agenda.
with the gay agenda that started with Glee and continues.
Gonna keep going. We claimed Anderson Cooper. The plan is
I know.
working.
Anderson Cooper. Who else is going to come out this week?
I'm sorry, when you're Gloria Vanderbilt's son, you're pretty much going to be gay.
But who didn't think he was gay?
Nobody.
Was that a surprise?
Nope.
Was that a surprise?
It was a surprise that it took that long.
I have no idea who he is.
Anderson Cooper, the newscaster guy there, the
Get the
Silver
fuck
Fox,
out.
the Silver Fox.
Yeah. Keep
know.
walking.
Now I would have been surprised if Wolf Blitzer came out, but
Oh, I don't want Wolf.
Wolf Blitzer.
I don't want Wolf Blitzer.
Or Chris Matthews. If Chris Matthews,
He knows
came
how to
out-
work a bit, too.
Huh? He does. He's left. He's gone.
Oh, God, no.
He's left for the day.
You don't want to see what's coming back in.
Oh yeah, that's just
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's just disturbing. We lost our other guest.
I think we've lost
our,
Scott.
our other
I'm
guest
surprised
is
people
Kevin.
are still watching this right now.
Well, I
And
think
if you're
they-
watching the replay, thank you.
Yes, yeah, thank you.
And I'm sorry.
I think people are gonna. This is the best show to watch stoned. I think.
I
this
think so,
episode,
too.
because of all the different
Effects
effects that are going on, and I know that there are viewers out there, Peter White, that actually
Peter White?
tend to be
my
drunk
hero.
and or stoned watching this show, and I think that this will be the episode they should watch.
Yes, indeed.
Or Ryan Michael, or even the Moose.
The Moose. Joel
Did you
the Moose.
see that they were at the Fisher Cats? They were in the booth. They were in the Charlie Sherman booth.
Yep. Joel got
Um,
to sit on Charlie Sherman's lap and watch the game.
They got to.
Oh,
they got
Like
to,
a big boy.
A little off topic. I found out who the Octomom was.
Did
Oh,
you?
the
Did you
Octomom.
okay? Did you see her? Did you watch her porno movie that came out?
No, I did not. I didn't get a
Okay.
chance to do that yet.
I would like to know what kind of numbers she's doing, because I don't know who would be interested in this video. I don't know really who would want to.
She's had a lot of how many kids she has?
She's got like 14 or 16 kids.
She's got to be like a.
That's why she's the Octomom.
She's got to be like a loose balloon or something. Like a.
No, she's never. The thing was, every single one of them, I think, were C-sections or something like that. They were, and she's never. The thing about the Octomom, she was all art. There was only one time she actually had intercourse. Everything else was artificial insemination with those kids. That's the thing with her. She actually.
Wouldn't that just destroy her vagina?
It's because she decided that she wanted to just have all these children, and now because she decided this, she can't afford all these kids. That's why she's now gone into porn. So
Yep.
I want to see how much money she's made off this.
I want to see if she makes more money than Amy Fisher.
Oh, do you know what Amy Fisher is doing now? Besides the porn she's doing now, she's now gone to live chat room webcams.
Yeah, I did hear about
Amy
that.
Fisher
she's-
now.
Matt in the
Sounds
chat
familiar.
room says he's going to start a VE drinking game, which I think means every time you or I pick up our phones or somebody picks up their
Somebody
phone.
picks up a phone, you're gonna.
Yeah. Every time we look at our iPhone,
I'm
you
thinking
will
of-
be shit-faced
Have
by
a
the
drink.
end of this episode.
Have a drink, Matt.
Yes.
I'm thinking of
Not that we would condone drinking, but it does help. On an episode like tonight,
I'm
it does
thinking
help.
about Carrie Fisher.
Carrie Fisher.
I mean,
No,
that's
a-
gross.
Speaking of
a
drinking.
sex tape with
Speaking
Carrie
of drinking,
Fisher.
yes.
Uh,
In 1977, when she originally played Princess Leia, that was probably hot. Even in 1983, when she was...
Any relation, Amy Fisher, Carrie Fisher?
No.
No.
No. Well, Jolie Fisher. Anyone remember her?
Jolie Fisher.
Was she in Till Death? That show that Fox tried to
Jolie
shove
Fisher
down our
is
Oh,
throats?
related to
okay.
Carrie Fisher, though.
Now I know who Amy Fisher is.
Amy Fisher was the one that shot.
And every time mention something sex, probably oral sex.
Well, Amy
cock,
Fisher
balls.
shot her
Do we
claim to
really
fame
talk
is
about
she
cocks and balls
shot-
that much? Sorry.
She shot what?
She shot. What's the woman's name? Again.
Mary Jo
Mary,
Buttafuoco.
Mary Jo Buttafuoco. She shot. Amy Fisher, as a teenager, had an affair with Joey Buttafuoco, and
Cock. Anytime we
fell in
mention
love with this fat Italian guy named Joey, and had this rage where she went and shot Mary Jo in the face. Went to jail.
what's that? We have a guest coming. Okay.
A guest
Uh,
coming. Who's coming?
It's funny because he's talking about anytime we talk about sex, cock, balls, or Glen Arche roulette.
Really?
We should be doing a drinking game.
Wow.
Apparently, we mentioned you a lot during the
Wow.
show,
So
Glenn.
anytime we talk about you, cock her balls,
And
pick up the phone.
Euphemisms. This whole fucking thing is a euphemism.
Wow.
The
All
show
right.
is called
Rebecca
Verbal Ejaculation.
says Alexis Texas is the best porn star in the world.
Alexis Texas. What about Mary Carey?
Mary Carey.
Didn't
She
Mary
ran
Carey
for governor.
She
I saw
retired?
one movie from her, and then she like stopped doing movies.
Linda Lovelace. Come on. She was the classic Deep Throat.
Didn't she die, Linda Lovelace?
Was that a car accident?
Did she die in a car accident?
Mary Carey went to rehab, and then she decided that she didn't want to do porn anymore because.
Yeah, but then I thought she went back to porn though after she did
Really?
the read. Yeah, didn't she do one more movie and then she
She was
gave up
crying
again?
all over the TV. You
I'm never gonna do porn again.
Yeah,
And
They're
then
she's
she
gonna
goes,
make us
on
wear
the show.
condoms.
I'm trying to find numbers for the Octobombs video. Nobody has numbers of how much she's made off it.
Nobody
so
cares.
Probably nobody's bought it. I don't think anybody's bought
So
the
I'm
video.
going with $3.
Three people bought it. $3. you think?
$3.
But Amy Fisher now she's doing live I guess live sex shows now. So Amy Fisher is that desperate, and she's I guess so relevant.
I do live
now
sex shows too.
that she actually do. You?
I'm gonna
Yeah.
start doing live sex shows myself.
But I guess that's where the money is doing live sex shows.
With her husband. Didn't we have a conversation about this?
Well, he's
last
the
week?
one that's all like, rub your clit,
Lab your
baby.
clit. You like
You're
that, don't
sexy,
you?
baby.
Yeah.
You're the best, honey. I love your pussy. That's his voice. So if you ever see her
That's
tape,
hot.
you ever see he's got.
Who's our
Yeah.
guest?
I don't know. Glenn came out and said we have a guest coming. I thought we were wrapping the show up early. So
Yes.
who's coming?
And is that COMING?
Is it that
or
Adam
CUMMING?
Sandberg guy that you said you were gonna have?
TOM with a G.
COM.
What?
Did I say TOM
TOM.
with the last name starts with G?
Well, we know two of those.
Oh,
Gassman.
M-A-N.
Gassman. All right.
We have who?
My other fake boyfriend. Don't get
Oh.
jealous.
Oh,
Don't get jealous. Matt, don't get jealous.
because I know last
I don't know where the fuck he finds it, but Matt
Last-
found it. Octomom made $28,000 in June.
$28,000 on the video. That's how much she made. Wow.
Food stamps. Sorry.
Food stamps. That was the food stamps.
She's got the EBD card.
Well, no, she does. She's getting money from food stamps. That's how she's paying the kids. But her house was getting foreclosed on. She was like, that's why she went.
I imagine she's probably going to start advocating the Jonathan Swift
But she also
theory of what you should do with children.
But what she's
Nom, 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 nom.
But
Nom, nom, nom.
somebody has like Octo Loans, like she's promoting this like loan place called Octo Loan. Like, would you really want to borrow money from her? Like doing like an ad?
She's going to be a cash for gold
Like, that's what I'm saying.
spokesman.
Oh,
soon.
like I don't see again though. I don't think she's the type of like. I don't think Cash for Gold would hire her.
No.
I
She's
don't
too
see
low
that
class
happening.
for
Yeah,
cash
yeah.
for gold.
They get they get somebody like Willie Tyler and Lester, but they don't get her. They get Waylon Flowers and Madam, but they don't get her. That's it.
And Ed McMahon before he
So
died.
Glenn said he was going to have Adam Sandberg on the show here.
Adam Sandberg.
Adam Sandberg or
Wow.
Adam Sadler?
I don't know where you got that. That's not his name.
Adam Sandler? You said was going to Sandler was going to be on the show. Did he show
I
up?
didn't say that. I said we're looking to get him.
Oh, you were looking to get
He's
him.
still in New England right now.
Is he still in New
He
England?
was in Rockport over the weekend.
Because they're going to be filming, or they are filming
They
the
are,
grown-ups, the grown-ups too.
Grown ups too, yep.
In Massachusetts, yes.
I actually have a buddy that's an extra in that film. So a person that I know is actually going to be an extra in Grown Ups too.
I hope that's a lot better than the extra
I'm gonna
movie
be
I was
the
an
main
extra in,
character.
which is still better than The Final Shift.
I'm gonna be the main
But-
character, and Scott does New Hampshire.
Scott does New Hampshire. Really? We could probably get that in 3D. We
He's
know
gonna
somebody that
start
could
with
probably
Glenn.
distribute it.
It starts and ends with Glenn R.J. Willett. You have to start with him, you have to end with him.
Because I was hoping we can get the Adam Sandberg guy on here. We can get him. He's leaving Saturday Night Live, isn't he?
Yes, he
We can
is.
get him
He
on,
made that announcement. The only one that's still up in the air is Jason Sudeikis. But I think they're going to keep him on through till the
until the elections.
elections, the elections,
yeah.
the presidential elections.
But the that movie with Sandberg and Sandler did so horribly. So does that didn't do much in the box office? So I'm wondering
No,
if that kind
no.
of,
In fact, I think it actually lost money. People walked out demanding their money back. I think it was still a step up from Jack and Jill, though. The movie that killed the relationship between
that
Tom and Katie.
killed Tom and Katie. I haven't even. I think Jack and Jill is now on. Isn't that on Stars right now? Where it's on? Like,
That's a waste.
Like,
That
it's
movie
on,
sucks.
like it's
I think it's
not
already
good.
on TBS.
Well, I'm saying though, it was just in theaters. It just went on video, and I think I just was looking at like the Xfinity website, and it was like, oh, watch it streaming on the Stars. And I'm
Yeah.
like, really? It's already on the.
It didn't do that great. I don't think it was.
It
kinda
just
horrible.
it looked horrible. It looked like a stupid movie, and it looked like that this Sadler, Adam Sadler's career
Adam-
is just going down the tubes. I don't think he's relevant as he used to be.
Yeah.
You know,
Wasn't
I
he
really-
the winner of all the Razzie Awards last year
that movie?
for Jack and Jill? Yeah.
It probably was. It probably
was
got
that and Just
more,
Go With It. Because I think it qualified for the same year.
And I don't even think I even saw that movie.
I saw it.
think-
Wasn't horrible. You just expected to believe that him and Jennifer Aniston were supposed to be in this fake relationship to impress a woman, and it was all about the fart jokes and all that, not even like a build up to the story. It sucked. It sucked ass. It sucked Scott's ass,
I mean, I liked.
did.
which I'm assuming is Harry.
I liked the Grown Ups movie. I thought that had because that wasn't just him. I mean, it had potential.
Well, yeah, you put that many comedians.
It had, and I actually like the stuff that Rob Schneider does. I like when he does a movie by himself. Like I actually like I don't know if you guys have ever seen the Big Stand movie
No,
where he goes to jail. If you want to see a creative movie, and Sandler like executive produces all his movies because there's some type of contract involved with Rob Schneider and like Sandler that anytime Rob makes a movie, Sandler has to have a piece of it somewhere, I guess, because there's some loyalty between all of them. Like
Oh,
same
yeah.
thing with Spade and everything. But there's a movie. It came out a couple of years ago. It's rampant on HBO all the time. But it's a movie called Big Stand, and he's this real estate broker or whatever. He's and he's a very well-to-do guy. They get him on tax evasion. They get him on embezzlement. So he finds out he's going to jail. Because of the type of guy he is, he knows he's going to get ass fucked. So the whole movie is him trying to basically buff himself up and learn how to not either take it like a man in jail or how. But the movie is hilarious because it's one of the last roles that David Carradine had before David Carradine.
is that why he killed himself?
It was either that or he got so turned on in this movie that he just because didn't he asphyxiate himself?
It
Isn't that
was
how he died?
asphyxiation, if I
Yeah.
recall. Yes.
But the whole movie is him basically trying to get himself just buffed up because the whole movie is him afraid of getting raped in prison. And when he gets to prison, he basically turns the whole prison around, of course. It's one of these things where he teaches and it's all the stereotypical like prison, the different gangs and everybody against everybody.
Was it
But it's
better
actually-
than Let's Go to Prison with Will Arnett?
that movie had potential.
It did,
too.
except there was
There-
ass raping going on in that one. Yeah.
There, and there is, there is it's actually a funny movie. And actually, there is some humorous
Big Stand.
scenes in Big Stand. It actually is pretty funny because there's some stuff that he actually does, and there's some really funny stuff. Like he's going around trying to really work his sphincter muscle, and he's trying to find he goes to a tattoo parlor and asks the tattoo artist to make his asshole the most unattractive asshole to anybody in prison. It's just the things he's going
So
through.
the opposite of bleaching.
Yeah, basically, and he's just the things he's going through just to keep himself, and but some of the dialogue is really funny dialogue because Rob Schneider comes up, and it's one of those things too where it's not the typical Rob Schneider movie. It actually was really a well done movie, and I give that as
Wasn't The Animal or
no,
Hot Chick.
It wasn't the Hot Chick. Hot Chick was one of those movies I went and saw in the theaters, and I cried through that entire movie because I would have rather taken that $7 and wiped my ass with that $7 I spent.
paper
for
cuts
that
and
movie.
everything. So wait. White Chicks or Hot Chick?
The Hot Chick or White
Come
Chick.
on.
But I didn't see White Chicks in the movie theater. I saw that on TV. I waited till it was on
Or Little Man. Was that
TBS
another-
or whatever it was. But The Hot Chick was probably one of the worst movies ever made. I think The Hot Chick is one of those films that
It had potential. It wasn't awful when it comes to those body switching movies.
it wasn't up there with that Kirk Cameron film with him and Dudley Moore.
Oh god. Thank you. I had forgotten that one ever existed.
Was it like
You
Dad again?
rat
What the hell was the name of that
bastard.
movie? It was like
Like
Me and
father,
My
like
Dad.
son.
Was that what I was like? Oh,
You motherfucker.
like father, like son. Wasn't it?
I had
Dudley Moore and
forgotten
Kirk
it.
Cameron?
Yes, it was.
Yes.
I had forgotten that one existed. I remember 18 again with George Burns and that kid who never really went anywhere except for Police Academy 7. Oh, he was the one who played Ferris Bueller in the TV show.
Was it Charlie something?
Something, yeah.
Charlie Slattery or something like that.
But thank you. Yes, I had
Yeah.
forgotten about the
Like
Kirk
father,
Cameron one.
like son.
Yeah.
But those movies came out at the
But
same
the other,
time.
the
didn't they?
Change Up, which had a decent cast with Jason Bateman and
That's a good
Ryan
movie.
Reynolds,
That's a good.
that
movie.
was panned.
But
Critics
that was actually
hated
pretty
it.
Funny. That was actually
I haven't
pretty
seen
good.
all of it.
The Change
I saw
Up.
all of it. It was not a good movie. I don't think. I mean, like,
Isn't that the one they have to urinate in the fountain?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
When they're
yeah.
drunk, and
Yeah.
that's where their switch comes
That's when
from.
they change.
But
yeah.
it was like in the beginning, okay, this might be interesting. In the middle, it's like, okay, get to it. And then towards like 3/4 in the movie, it's like, get to it. And at the end, it's like, really?
Yeah.
Now, Scott, what did you think of Magic Mike? What did you think
Well,
of that?
I didn't even see it. I'm not even
Are
thinking
you,
about it.
what do you
That
mean?
movie's-
You're not going to go see that movie?
No.
What was the one with?
We don't need to see Magic Mike. We have it right there.
What was the one with
Line
Fred
on line.
Savage and Judge Reinhold?
That was that Dad again? What is that movie? No, that one was.
Was
another
that?
one.
I thought that was like. Wait, is that?
Is that like Father Like Son?
Matt says, Change Up was just plain weird.
Because the Fred Savage movie, did that come out at the same time as like? Because there was two of them that came out at the same time.
Fred Savage, actor, The Wonder Years. He was in Point Blank. Oh wait, something different. No, never mind.
Point blank. Like that's.
I know he's directing a lot.
I'm waiting for them to do a
Vice versa.
Vice Versa.
Vice
was the Fred
versa.
Savage movie.
Son of a bitch.
When are they gonna do a Wonder Years reunion movie?
I don't think a lot of the people with. I'm thinking the other one, Growing Pains. Speaking of Kirk Cameron, I was like, I don't think the people in Growing Pains want to work with Kirk Cameron right now.
I don't know. Have you ever seen?
Yeah,
the,
our guest has arrived, but he doesn't like to, come on
to be
camera.
on camera.
And that's COME on camera. You want to go in there? You want to sit on his lap?
I already took my pants off.
Like
got
father,
some
like
ass on
son.
my
It was
lap.
crazy.
He was
Yeah.
Chris Hammond and Dr. Jack Hammond.
And like Father, like Son.
Thank you. Thank you.
now you're gonna go home and you're gonna watch that. You probably
I'm gonna
haven't.
hit you.
You're probably gonna go on the Netflix and you're probably gonna watch it on the Netflix. People should watch that. That movie needs to be remade again. They just need to remake that movie over and over again because how many times has that premise been made? Because didn't it start with Freaky Friday? So
Don't do that to me. That's not even helping. That's not even better. There's Freaky Friday and then the Freaky Friday
Chris
remake.
is hard right now to the point where you can smash a brick over his dick.
wow.
Wow.
That is.
Like I said things to Tom that has never come out of my
That
mouth.
is
No.
excessive right now.
No. At least when I'm flirting with him, it's like respectful. And he gets shy. Carry on. And you're walking right in
He's
front of
now
him.
walking away. That's it. Did you know that George Lopez is getting a dating show?
Yeah, on Fox.
Really?
There's The Choice on Fox, which is the exact fucking premise of The Voice. They even sit in chairs.
The Choice?
But it's a dating show.
Is that his show?
No,
Oh.
his is another one, I think. But it's the same exact.
Wait a minute. So it's the choice. You have what? You have four
Four in the
celebrities.
chairs, and they're single celebrities, and you hear like the woman talk about
Are you
herself.
That's
kidding?
George Lopez's dating show?
No, there's
No,
another
no.
one that he.
I was gonna
shows.
say, because I saw the previews for the one that where you sit in chairs and you face the opposite direction as the lady, and the lady talks and tries to get you to turn your chair over.
Is that
See,
the
and that's
choice?
the problem is that's complete opposite of reality because
Right.
normally